Let me begin by saying thank you to everybody who attended the updated public information centers on the wastewater system. Further to the PICs, I would like to clarify a few questions that residents have asked. For a number of years, members of this council have stated that this project will not move forward without grant funding from provincial or federal governments. However, to say that we cannot or will not proceed if no money is made available is somewhat nebulous, and the residents need to understand this is a bit better. Although each member council has agreed individually that we need federal and provincial support for this project, this council has not made it a formal policy position. It is my hope, with the notice of motion passed at council last week, that we can all officially agree and provide our residents greater clarity that we will only compel urban area homes and businesses to connect to the sewer system when we receive significant grant dollars, which will lower the indirect costs, meaning the costs that they pay through their annual property taxes. However, if the main trunk lines, which are funded by the development community, run in front of a home or business, then these properties will have to connect at the same time as the construction of the line and pay for the lateral connection from their building to the sewer pipes in the roadway. Please note, all urban area homes and businesses will have to pay for the lateral connection from their building to the sewer pipe in the roadway. Rural residents are not connecting and therefore will not be paying. The most common question I get beyond cost are about timing. It is crucially important to understand this is a long project. At the two PICs, where we were able to show the route of the main trunk lines, the timeline showed that these pipes and the plant itself will not be completed until approximately November or perhaps December 2024. Only after plant is working in 2.5 years and after the new subdivisions are connected to the plant will we then start to systematically connect existing homes to the facility. This is contingent upon receiving grants to make this more affordable. This means that some urban residents might expect to connect sometime in 2025, while others in the years after that. If the town receives a large grant, then staff can propose a faster timeline, given the costs are mostly covered. If not, to ensure affordability, it could be stretched out over a 10-year time horizon. This would mean that some properties might not connect until 2035. The plant is now under construction. It is important for everyone to understand this is a lengthy process. Property owners will not receive a knock on their door tomorrow from some government official demanding they hook up or force them to pay some new tax or bill. Lastly, we won't force connections until we see a grant to cover the significant estimated total indirect costs. However, I do want to remind everyone why this all started in the first place and why I was such a strong advocate for mechanical sewage treatment in our urban communities. That reason is our environment. It will come as no surprise to anyone that we are facing a climate crisis of global proportions. Here at home, we have been allowing the pollution of our groundwater and aquifer and local streams by virtue of every property in town having septic tanks. As these systems age, leak, and deteriorate, they need to be replaced and pose an environmental hazard. They are also costly. During my time leading this council, we have done a lot of work to support our environment, from banning plastics in our facilities to solar panel installations to most recently installing electric vehicle chargers. But what is happening underground that we can't immediately see is equally as important, and this is how this whole thing started and why we are taking these steps. With that, I'd like to reiterate that we will continue to advocate for funding from higher levels of government and remain optimistic. Thank you, and as always, if you have questions or need more clarity, please feel free to drop me an email or give me a call.